Hey all, it is Friday, January 17th, 2020, and we're here. We've survived the snow. The snowpocalypse of 2020 is behind us, and y'all, I will tell you, it was a struggle. I was sick, and then we were snowed in for like 4 days. I know some of my friends in Seattle didn't get as much snow, but out here where I live in the sticks, we got like a foot of snow. No joke. I thought I was never gonna get out of here, but we did. The snow's melted now, the sunshine is back, and I'm back and happy. It's over. But yeah, being stuck home pretty much for the last week with my kid and my dad was interesting to say the least. You know, it gets you kind of in that isolation stage where I'm just like, I can't go anywhere, I don't know what to do with myself, I'm just home. And you get into like, I don't even know, you get into like this mindset where you're just like, you're never going to get out. But we did. And you know, it is kind of a thing where I do live outside of the city, and I think about this a lot. You know, I don't live very close to my friends. I'm a freelance artist, so I work from home a lot. I don't have a 9 to 5. That isolation can get very real sometimes. And, you know, it can get me into like a little depressed mode, you know, every once in a while, and you get into that mindset and you kind of shut down a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm never going to get out of this situation. I'm not going to survive. I'm always going to be a broke, starving artist. And it's, you know, it's not true, but you get into that mindset sometimes, and I think it's that freelance struggle, and January is always slow, right? Like, I know that I have checks coming, but I don't have checks coming every week or every month even, you know, sometimes. So, you know, you get into that scarcity mindset, which is rough sometimes because you start to think that maybe you're never going to get out of this struggle of getting checks and then having them all go towards bills, and then you're just back to, you know, zero again. But, you know, I think having to shift out of that scarcity mindset is really important for me. Like I said, you know, at the beginning of the year, I made it a resolution to kind of change my relationship with money and get out of that scarcity mindset of always being a broke, starving artist. And that's kind of how I have, you know, described myself, at least for the last few years. And I feel like that also is very limiting when you do that. So you kind of shift from scarcity to abundance, right? So I'm in that journey now of trying to find ways to always be moving forward. You know, I attract abundance. I attract success, you know, and having those mantras and telling that to myself every day. And I think it helps. It helps a lot, you know, when I do feel stuck and I feel like I don't have any work coming up, and you know, I have bills to pay. I have a trip planned at the end of this month, and I'm just like wondering to myself, why am I doing that? But, you know, you always have to plan ahead, and I know that it's going to be okay. But it's true. You have to hustle a little bit as a freelancer and as, you know, freelance artist. Like I said, there is no 9 to 5 job. There is no steady paycheck. And a lot of people can't really relate to that lifestyle or understand it, but this is something that I've always loved and I've always done, and it's always been like that. You know, I may have picked up a few side jobs here and there, but freelance life has been what I've done for the last 10 years, and I've survived. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to thrive. And it is about changing that mindset and knowing that it's going to be okay. And I was reading, which I'm going to share with you, a little excerpt from this book, Small Doses by Amanda Seales. I have been reading it bit by bit, and there's a few gems that I want to share about the hustle versus the grind, and it really got me thinking. So, she says in the book, like I said, the hustle is the prep for the purpose. The grind is the road to fulfilling it. It can feel like the hustle, it may look like the hustle, but it is not the hustle. The grind is driven by a defined end goal. That's why they say the grind never stops. Because purpose begets more purpose. You have an idea that comes to fruition, and it bears the fruit of more ideas. And continuing on, though the hustle is a necessary part of any process, it has an end. It's so tiring because when you're in it, it feels like there's no end to you giving your all in the hopes of eventually being able to glow up. That's why at some point you gotta self-check and ask, what's my hustle really about? Getting trapped in the hustle is the problem with so many folks who have lowered expectations for what they deserve and are too modest about what they possess. Me. It can be the product of oppression and suppression, and insidious brainwashing that says your only purpose is to survive, not to thrive. F that. Eyes up and stay woke to your purpose so you can get out of hustle mode and into grind mode. The hustle is the cobblestone you hop on so you don't get your stiletto stuck in between the cracks. But eventually you gotta get to the other side of the street and hit the pavement for your grind, baby. The hustle gets you a job, the grind gets you a career. A job gets you a check, a career gets you a lifestyle. And that's what I'm trying to get, a lifestyle. So, that's that. My short little message for the week. Keep grinding, everybody. Work hard. That's what I'm doing. You know, I do a little bit every day. Even if I'm not on set, if I'm not, working with the client, I'm working every day from home. I'm doing a little bit at a time to further my career. I'm sending emails out. I am working on my website. I am posting on Instagram, even though it does seem like, those little things don't matter. It does. It adds up. It gets you out there. It gets you more visible. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue to do that. So I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. The sun is out, I think. So, I'll see you next time.